Right. Right. Now you can see here, this is what I have done in my previous class. All these are equations of motions. I told you very clearly, these equations of motions are strictly applicable. These equations of motion are strictly applicable
Recording in progress.
Only under one condition. What is that? These are applicable only when acceleration is uniform. Acceleration is uniform. Right. And again, from graphs, we need to study something more. What is that? From graphs, we need to study the following things. Y-axis, x-axis. See, if it is a body starting from rest, moving with constant acceleration, the graph will be like this. If you see a graph, when you draw a graph between velocity time, this one represents body starting from rest and moving with constant acceleration. Starting from rest, moving with constant acceleration. Suppose you find a graph something like this. You find a graph something like this. In this graph, velocity versus time graph, the acceleration is 0. There is no acceleration. It moves with constant velocity throughout. Uniform motion, otherwise. You have another velocity time graph. In fact, this graph represents body moving with constant acceleration with some initial velocity. Acceleration uniform, and it has some initial velocity. Another graph, velocity time graph. This is a special graph like this. In this case, slope is negative. So, negative acceleration. Negative acceleration is also called as deceleration. So, it has some initial velocity, finally coming to rest. Boys, do you have any doubt on this? If you permit me, I will rearrange these structures. I will rearrange these structures. Right. I have a purpose in doing this. These are velocity time graphs. Now for this particular graph, if I plot Anika, can you please tell me this? I'll just post you a question now. What is going to be position time graph for this situation? Anika. What is going to be position time graph for this situation?
The position time of no velocity, sir. So it will be
I didn't get you, Anika. Can you please be loud?
the position time graph will give us instantaneous velocity.
That is okay.
And average
How the graph is going to be?
it will start from the origin and it will remain constant for uniform velocity.
That is okay. This is not uniform velocity, no?
Yes, sir.
This is not uniform velocity. This is how your graph will be. Remember, this is parabolic. Because it is of the form S is equal to half AT square. Sir, you are cheating. How do I know this? Don't tell like that. Yesterday only I have given you S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Constant acceleration, initial velocity 0. That is going to be the graph. And what is going to be this one? V is equal to AT. This is V is equal to AT and that is equal to S is equal to half AT square. Any student having doubt on this, please ask me right now. If you have a doubt on this, please ask me right now. Students, please ask me right now. If you have a doubt, ask me right now. Hemant, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Hemant, do you have any doubt? Hemant, I cannot hear you. Manvit, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Right. Dheeraj, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Right. Fine. Right.
Yeah.
Now the next question is, now I have plotted another graph here. I have plotted another graph here. Remember, this is always V is equal to U because acceleration is 0. What is going to be the nature of position versus time graph in this case? What is going to be the nature of, Akshaya, can you please tell me what is going to be the nature of this graph? Constant velocity and acceleration is 0. Harshini. Are no one is telling? వరుణ్, అరే మన స్కూల్ వాళ్ళు వచ్చారా అంతా? మన స్కూల్ వాళ్ళంతా ఒకసారి చెయ్యొద్దండి, రైస్ చేయండి. లెట్ మీ సీ. వరుణ్, చెప్పరా, what is going to be the nature of this graph?
Starting from origin and
Yes.
equal.
And
Straight.
very good.
Straight.
Correct. Straight line passing through origin. Slope of this line is V. Because displacement time graph, slope gives V. Now you have another graph. You have another graph. time and position. What is going to be the nature of this graph? Same as the first graph, only difference is that's the thing. Remember here, the slope initially is not 0. At t is equal to 0, slope is not equal to 0. Means it has some initial velocity. It is also a parabolic graph. This is also a parabolic graph. What is the difference between this graph and this one? In this, what you see is, in this particular graph, what you see is, it starts from 0 slope. Whereas in this case, it has some initial slope. That's the difference. Next, what about this one? Right. Anyone in this class, శ్రీమాన్ చెప్పగలుగుతావా ఇది ఎలా ఉండొచ్చు? ఎలా ఉంటుంది?
స్ట్రేట్ లైన్ కిందికి ఉంటుంది సార్.
అమ్మా మళ్ళీ చెప్పు.
స్ట్రేట్ లైన్ కిందికి ఉంటుంది సార్.
రాంగ్. యాక్సలరేషన్ ఉంటే డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ టైం గ్రాఫ్ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్ ఉండదు. ఎనీవన్ ఎల్స్ అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్?
Concave shape.
Correct.
Parabola.
Anika, correct. Very good. You are suggesting something like this. Yes or no, Anika? Anika, idena nu చెప్దాం అనుకుంది. In this case, see the slope at this point. Slope is 0. The slope at that point is 0. And initially you have some slope. So this is how the nature of the graphs were. Now tell me, do you have any doubt till this point, boys and girls? Any student having doubt till this point? I have proposed both the graphs, this side as well as that side. Right. Next. Yeah, any doubt? Ask me now.
My God.
Right. Chalo. Next. So we will move on to the next basement of this. I think in our schedule, only for this week you will have right. I'll give you a different question now. Completely different question. a particle moves along the curve x square by 9 plus y square by 4 is equal to 1 with constant speed. Right. Express instantaneous velocity as a function of x and y. Remember, he himself mentioned that the velocity is it is actually moving in an ellipse, right? Now here you have actually for an ellipse this is called major axis and this is called minor axis. Here is some point. Very clear. That is the instant when the speed is v. Remember, in such situations, extend the line back. I have extended the line back. Right. This is called tangent. Let this makes an angle theta. Now, this velocity can be resolvable into two components. One is the horizontal component. Compromise. The other is the vertical component. We have two components. Now this you will call as V cos theta and this you will call as V sin theta. All this we have done in vectors. Right. You know, tan theta is the slope and we will call this as dou y by dou x or dy by dx, whatever it is. Now you take this x square by 9 plus y square by 4 is equal to 1. Now do the differentiation for this. 2x by 9 dx plus 2y by 4 dy is 0. I hope you remember this differentiation methods which I have discussed in last week. Sir, we didn't came last week, then what to do? That is what I told you. Should come regularly, because the concept which I have taught you last week, I am using it right now. Right. So now with this I can say that dx or dy by dx can be given as minus 4 by 9 minus dy by dx can be written as minus 4 by 9 x by y. Any doubts till this point? Manvit, Sai, Anvesh, any doubt till
No,
this
sir.
point?
No, sir.
Right. Anvit, any doubt? Anvit,
No,
raise
sir.
your hand. Right, thank you. Now this is tan theta. Tan theta is minus 4 by 9 x by y. Now you take geometry. Tan theta is y square. Sir, what is that you are trying to do? You want position vector. V bar is V cos theta. You know this direction is represented as I cap and this direction is represented as j cap. V cos minus I cap plus V sin theta j cap. V is common. What is cos theta in this? 9y by root 16x square plus 9 square y square minus I cap plus 4x by 16x square plus 9 square y square j cap. That is the deal. Then what do you want finally? Don't forget what is your question. Express velocity as a function of x and y. Right hand side, what is that you have? X and y is only, no? I have given the expression for velocity in this terminology. Students, do you have any doubt on this? Please ask me. No issues. Any doubt? Boys? Next. Next question. We taught you some terminologies. See, if everything is uniform, there is no issues. Now the issue is non-uniform acceleration. You know, you can write velocity as dx by dt. You know, you write acceleration as in this instantaneous acceleration, dv by dt. If it is uniform, there is no issues. If this is non-uniform, you can write this in two forms. One, maybe v will be given as function of time. your acceleration is obtained by dv by dt, and this is again a function of time. You will get dv by dt also as a function of time. Another thing, v may be given as a function of x. Remember, left hand side, I told you that it is given as this part, v is a function of time. V, like for example, f is equal to 3t square minus 2t plus 5, something like that. Or f is equal to 3x square minus 4x, something like that. So in this case, acceleration can be written as you can modify this differentiation function, and dx by dt is nothing but v. You can write this as dv by dx. Finally, you will get this as a function of position. So have you understood how to identify whether the given acceleration is constant, non-uniform or uniform? Simple. If the acceleration term contains constants, it's uniform acceleration. If the acceleration term contains either x or y, okay, in both these conditions, it is a non-uniform acceleration. So we will start working on these areas right now. Okay, right. So here is your first question. Everyone, it takes time for the transfer. Here is your question. Everyone start working on this. Particle starts moving rectilinearly, means linearly along a straight line path. The meaning of this term is along a straight line path. Right. Yeah, okay, fine. V changes with time according to the relation. T is in seconds, V is in meter per second. Find for which the particle retards. Hold on, means negative acceleration when you have negative acceleration. Now I am taking the acceleration vector here, which is nothing but dv bar by dt, which is nothing but 2t minus 1. Okay, I cap. By the way, velocity is t square minus t I cap. All are directed along x-axis. I am assuming like that. What is the question? What time interval you will have deceleration? See, if a body is having positive acceleration, and instantaneous velocity are along the same direction. If a body have negative acceleration, instantaneous velocity and acceleration are in opposite direction, right? If the dot product is negative, they are opposite. If the dot product is positive, they are in the same direction. Let us see that condition now. A bar dot v. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, అనేక ఇందులో వెక్టార్స్ వచ్చింది. 2 weeks బ్యాక్ చెప్పుకుంటారు వెక్టార్స్ మీకు. ఇప్పుడు ఇలానే ఉంటాయి క్లాసెస్ మీకు. మీరు లాస్ట్ 3 వీక్స్ వినకుండా ఇవాళ క్లాస్ ఎవరైనా స్టార్ట్ చేశారనుకోండి, వాళ్ళకి ఏమవుతుంది, ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంటుంది. డాట్ ఏంటి, అదేంటి, ఇదేమిటి అని అనిపిస్తుంది. సి ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్, ఎవ్రీ క్లాస్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. A bar dot V bar is less than 0. That is what the condition we want. Fine. Which means 2t minus 1 times t square minus t less than 0. Means, కొంచెం జాగ్రత్తగా మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే దీన్ని t 2t minus 1 t minus 1, that is the condition. And we already know, from this I am writing conclusions. T is always positive, because I mentioned distance and time all are positive, always positive. So therefore less than 0 కావాలి కదా. 2t minus 1 less than 0 ఏదో ఒకటైతే కావాలి కదా. 2t minus 1 less than 0 or t minus 1 greater than 0. Something has to happen. So t must be less than half or t must be greater than 1, which means in this case the value interval lies between, now is it possible, first of all let us check, t less than half or t greater than 1, that is one possibility, or 2t minus 1 less than 0 greater than 0, another possibility, t minus 1 less than 0, means t greater than half second and t less than 1 second. Remember, this is not possible. That is not an interval at all. హాఫ్ కన్నా తక్కువ ఉండాలి, 1 కన్నా ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి అనేది ఇంటర్వెల్ కాదు. ఇప్పుడు మీకు వచ్చే టైం ఏంటి, హాఫ్ కన్నా ఎక్కువ, 1 కన్నా తక్కువ. దిస్ ఈజ్ పాసిబుల్. సో ఇన్ దిస్ ఇంటర్వెల్ a bar dot v bar is less than 0, implies it is under deceleration. Some students may question me, sir, it is very foolish, you can simply say acceleration less than 0 kada. Wrong. Acceleration positive, acceleration negative ni batti you cannot conclude acceleration or deceleration. What is the condition upon which you need to base to conclude acceleration or deceleration? Anika, what is the condition? What is the condition to
velocity.
Emma?
Velocity. You have
Yes.
to look at
If
velocity.
a bar and v bar are along same direction, it is called positive acceleration. If a bar and v bar are opposite direction, it is called negative acceleration. Students, do you have any doubt in this question? Please ask me. Don't hesitate. Don't even compromise. It is your right. Remember, don't expect substitution type questions from my side. I taught you basics. This is an application. Remember, this is an ideal IIT class. Any doubts, boys and girls? Any doubts? Right. We will proceed further. Akshaya, doubt ledga?
No, sir.
Right. Shall we proceed? Right. We are moving on to the next question. That question is, So I am posting it from a file to here, it takes time. Wait a minute. Yes, I got it. Here is the question. ఇది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది? Right. Everyone try this please. A particle position on the x-axis is given by x is equal to 4 minus 2070 plus t cube with x in meters and t in seconds. Find the particle's velocity, everything, right. That's what you have. First thing, what do you want? Our equation is x is 4 minus 2070 plus t cube. Can anyone help me in understanding what is velocity in this case? Manvit, can you please help me in writing what is velocity in this case? How to write velocity? Shriman, can you help me in writing that velocity term? No one is answering. Anulita, can you please help me in writing this velocity term?
Differentiate the function.
Yes, exactly.
We should differentiate the function.
Yes, exactly. 0 minus 27 plus 3t square. That is the expression for velocity. What about acceleration? This is nothing but differentiation of velocity. 0 minus 0 plus 60. Describe the motion of the particle for t greater than or equal to 0. Very critical situation. Very critical situation. For example, if I take Desmos, like it's a graph based situation, that will give you the clear picture of the graph. 4 minus 2070 plus Yes, I got it. You will get the function like this. I'm pasting that here. Takes time, no issues. You'll get the function like this. Right. Here, this is a nearly 50 plus. This is how your x versus t graph works. You want t greater than 0, so forget about this. Till this point, it is going away from the origin. It starts from origin, put t is equal to 0. What is that you are getting? T is equal to 0, around x is equal to 4 you will get. This is some x is equal to 4. Okay, because here you have put t is equal to 0. And again, when will you get x 0? At what time you will get x 0? So that mathematically you need to work. So just simply that you are writing will not work here. You need to work on the basic mathematics over here. I will clearly discuss every observation what I have here. This is a graphical picture. Keep this in your mind. Now we will start working everything. What is going to be the velocity? Velocity is minus 27 plus 3t square. Velocity 0 is possible when 27 is equal to 3t square, t square is equal to 9, t plus or minus 3. Plus or minus 3. Okay, so very clear that some x is equal to 3 times the velocity is 0. Maybe this is the time. This happens at t is equal to 3. What about acceleration? Acceleration is constant all the time. But remember what is actually happening here. At t is equal to 0, of course acceleration is 0. The particle x is equal to 0, this is at x is equal to 4. This is the picture at t is equal to 0. What is happening thereafter? The particle is having positive velocity. Put t is equal to 0, negative velocity, sorry. The particle is having negative velocity, 27 meter per second in this direction, but it is having acceleration in this direction. So what happens is that this particle will move in the reverse direction. This will go like this and move thereafter like this. Thereafter like this. Remember, it will cross origin one time from right to left, another time from left to right. So what is going to be this distance? This is the position when the instantaneous velocity is 0. When will the instantaneous velocity is 0? At t is equal to 3, the instantaneous velocity is 0. At t is equal to 3, what is going to be the x? X, please help me. X 4 minus 27t plus 3 cube. 4 minus 27t. 4 minus 27t into 3 plus t cube 27. So what is this going to be? 4 minus 2 times 27 minus 54 plus 4 minus 50, which means, of course, it is x is equal to 0. This is x is equal to minus 54 meter. At this location, it instantaneously comes to rest. But remember, at t is equal to 3, acceleration is there, which is equal to, acceleration is 60, which means acceleration is in this direction, and which is going to be 3t, 60, 6 into 3, 18 meter per second. Okay, meter per second square actually. Now please try to understand what is happening. At t is equal to 0, it is at x is equal to plus 4, and velocity is directed minus 27 meter per second. At t is equal to 3 seconds, it is at x is equal to minus 50 with instantaneous velocity 0, and acceleration is 18 meter per second square. And thereafter it will always continuously move forward. So what is happening in your observation? T is equal to 0 to t is equal to 3 seconds, it is moving in the backward direction. And t greater than or equal to 3 seconds onwards, the object always moves in the forward direction. But remember, it will cut x is equal to 0 how many times? 2 times, while coming from rightward to leftward, and then leftward to rightward. Right. Now, in this question, do anyone have doubt? Harshini, do you have any doubt in my explanation?
No, sir.
Yashwant, do you have any doubt in my explanation? Yashwant. Sorry, I'll keep asking every student. This is a checking process. Preetham, do you have any doubt in my explanation? Preetham, any doubt? Satvik, do you have any doubt? Satvik.
No, sir.
Right. Anvit, do you have any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
Right. Okay. So I'll proceed for the next question. Okay. And this is a jumbo question. Now you see this jumbo question. Here is your question. Hope you are now noticing teaching of theory and doing problems are completely different. You would have expected that I will use these formulas in 5 or 6 questions and you will feel comfortable. No, this is IIT preparation. In IIT preparation, you need to learn at a concept level. Now finish this. This one question is equivalent to full chapter. This one question is equivalent to full chapter. So I will give you 5 minutes time for you to work on this. Keep working. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Right? I hope it's a sufficient time that I have given to you. I'll do one by one first. See, don't be panic when you have such question. This one question will teach you everything in this chapter. So let me do. The position of a particle moving along x-axis is related to as x is equal to 2t square minus t cube. Hold on. Maximum positive displacement of the particle along a... Okay, fine. First, try to identify what is happening to the velocity. Velocity is dx by dt. 2t minus 3t square. That's the velocity term. Remember, velocity becomes zero two occasions. What are they? 2t minus 3t square is equal to 0. It happens one at t is equal to 0, the other at t is equal to 2 by 3 seconds. Okay? Velocity becomes 0 at t is equal to 0, the other at t is equal to 4 by 3.
3t square.
1 minute. Enana? 2t minus 3t square.
4t minus 3t square.
Did I do any mistake? Let me work again. 2t square kada marchipoyana, right? 1 minute. 4t minus 3t square. So t is equal to 0 or t is equal to 4 by 3 second. Okay? Right. Now this is the picture what I have. Now what is happening in between? For example, if you study this graph 4t minus 3t square, what is happening to this graph? Of course, I think quadratic equations was completed to you, it seems. So therefore, you know how to handle this particular thing. You know how to handle this. If I plot a graph, every question in kinematics, graph takes a crucial role. Right. Now this graph will have a nature like this. Right. Any doubt, boys, about my graph? Boys, any doubt? Varun, any doubt?
No, sir.
Right. So what are the intercepts? This intercept is at t is equal to 0 and this intercept is at t is equal to 4 by 3 seconds. What is the meaning of the portion of the graph above x-axis? Anyone in the class, can you please explain me this? Anyone in the class? Can you please explain me what exactly the portion of the graph above above x-axis, positive x-axis represents? Anyone in the class? Anika, what does this represents? Here, no one in the class? No one, literally. No one in the class?
After some time it retards.
No. Exact terminology. Positive ante the entire part, direction is towards the positive x direction. Before that, it has a negative x direction velocity. After 4 by 3 seconds also it has a negative x direction. I'll give you one more case. I think you can follow from this. For example, your 2t square minus t cube. You know how this graph is, I'll explain. Right. I'll exactly paste you the correct graph from Desmos. Right. Thank God. This is the graph. Remember, in this green color line represents X. Blue color line represents V. If you notice very carefully, during this stage, during this particular stage, okay, in this case, till some time the object is in positive x side. Remember, for example, even velocity is 0, it is at the positive x. Above x, green color graph, above x-axis represents, this represents, it is in the positive x direction. Below represents negative x direction. Remember, this is graph and the real situation is different. Don't get confused. Again, I am telling you, x is equal to 0 stands here because you take x is t is equal to 0, you will get what I have plotted, by the way, all the graphs are against t. These are all against t. So green color graph is a function for position, blue color graph is a function for velocity. Now, what is that he wants the description? What is the maximum positive displacement of the particle along the x-axis and at what instance does it attain? Now remember, he is asking about this coordinate. This coordinate. That is the coordinate when velocity is 0. Till that point, it goes forward. Any doubt? Anika, అర్థమవుతోందా?
Yes, sir.
ఈ మీనింగ్ ఏంటి ఇక్కడ వెలాసిటీ 0 అంటే ఇక్కడ స్లోప్ ఏం కావాలి? ఇలా ట్యాంజెంట్ కొడితే హారిజాంటల్గా ఉండాలి. అంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ ది పాయింట్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద మ్యాక్సిమం ఎక్స్ కోఆర్డినేట్ అప్ టు విచ్ ఇట్ మూవ్స్ ఇన్ ద పాజిటివ్ ఎక్స్ డైరెక్షన్. So therefore, what is that coordinate? No issues. Yet t is equal to 4/3 seconds. Okay. X is 2t square minus t cube, which means 2 times 4/3 square minus 4/3 cube. Okay, what is this? You take 4/3 square as a common. You will get 2 minus 4/3. 6 minus 4/t. 2/3. Arey boss, this is numerator 32, denominator 9 3 is 27. 32/27 meter is the maximum displacement point. That is the maximum displacement point. 32/27 is the maximum, which means we are taking this as x-axis. This is x is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, it is x is equal to 0. And it has some initial velocity, it goes, return back and moves permanently like that. So this U-turn antaru chusara. This U-turn point is x max. What is happening at that point? At this point, v becomes 0. V is 0 at 4/3 seconds. And that 4/3 I have substituted in x. I got x max. Now, please confirm, have you followed option A? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Next. So, describe the motion of the particle is what he is asking. How to describe the motion of the particle? So, I will simply describe between t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4/3, velocity is in positive direction. Thereafter, velocity is in negative direction. So, when will x becomes 0? From this, you please tell me. X becomes 0. X becomes 0 when t is equal to 0. One option. Another option. Another option. What is the another option? You have that on the board. T is equal to 2. T is equal to 0 is one option. Another option is x is equal to t times 2t minus t square. Put t is equal to 2. You will get, one is t is equal to 0. Another is t is equal to 2 seconds. At t is equal to 2 seconds, at t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. At t is equal to 2 seconds, x is equal to 0. So, till 2 seconds, it is in the positive side of the x. In fact, it is crossing origin at t is equal to 0 and it is crossing back in the reverse direction at t is equal to 2 seconds. That is the description of motion. Second part is also done. What is the distance covered in the first 3 seconds? Here, first 3 seconds, what is the distance covered? Hold on. This is the most important part. Now, when there is a U-turn, identify at what time it is happening. For example, I have noticed at t is equal to 4/3 seconds, there is a U-turn. So, t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4/3 and t is equal to 4/3 seconds to t is equal to 3 seconds. In this, it is moving in the forward direction. In this, it is moving in the reverse direction. Sir, what do you want to convey? I want to convey this. Distance is integral v dt 0 to 4/3 plus modulus of integral 4/3 to 3 v dt. If you do simply 0 to 3 v dt, you know what you will get? You will get displacement. You will get displacement. But if we are doing this, you will get distance. Any student having doubt on this, ask me right now. There are a lot of options there. Don't forget. If any student having doubt, Anvesh, do you have any doubt? Sai Anvesh.
No, sir.
Akshaya, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Dhananjaya, do you have any doubt? Dhananjaya, you didn't respond.
No, sir.
Kundana,
No,
do you
sir.
have any doubt? Kundana. Right. Next. So this gives you distance. That part will give you distance. So accordingly, you work on. That is the third option. What is the distance? What is the displacement in the first 4 seconds? A simple distance in first t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 4/3. Displacement, it is simply S is 0 to 4 VDT. Simple displacement you will get. Next, what options? What is the particle average speed and average velocity in first 3 seconds? Simple, average speed you want, Average speed is total distance by time. If you want average velocity, net displacement by time. అకార్డింగ్లీ పైన కడుతున్నారు ఆల్రెడీ మీరు 0 to 3 కడుతున్నారుగా ఇక్కడ హలో ఇక్కడ కడుతున్నారుగా ఇది డిస్టెన్స్ ఇది డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ దిస్ పార్ట్ బై 3 వెయిట్వే మీరు చేయాల్సింది నెక్స్ట్ వాట్ ఈజ్ ది పార్టికల్ ఇన్స్టాంటేనియస్ యాక్సలరేషన్ ఎట్ ద ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాక్సిమం పాజిటివ్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఏముంది యూ వాంట్ ద యాక్సలరేషన్ అట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 4/3 అంతేగా ఓకే Okay, by the way, we got velocity 4t minus 3t square. Velocity is 4t minus 3t square. What is acceleration? dv by dt. This is nothing but 4 minus 60. At t is equal to 4/3 seconds, it is 4 minus 6 times 4/3, 2. 4 minus 8 minus 4 meter per second square. Nothing wrong because when U-turn is happening here velocity is 0. But why it is moving back? Because there is an acceleration of 4 meter per second square in a negative x direction. That is the reason why it is moving backwards. So I have done this part also. And I've done this part. What is the average acceleration between the interval t is equal to 2 seconds and t is equal to 4 seconds? Simple. At t is equal to 2 seconds, velocity is, by the way, what is the velocity? 4t minus 3t square. 4 into 2 minus 3 into 4, 8 minus 12. Are you correct or not? 4 into 2 minus 3 into 4, 8 minus 12, minus 4, meter per second square. At t is equal to 4, 4 into 4 minus 3 into 16, 16 minus 48, minus 32 meter per second square, but both are negative in the same direction. Very simple. Average acceleration is nothing but change in velocity by time minus 32 plus 4 by 2 seconds minus 28 by 2 seconds minus 14 meter per second square. Minus 14 meter per second square. So I have done complete puzzle. If you have any doubt, I'll go back. Any doubt? You ask me, no issues. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Actually, these are very good if I discuss this in a classroom condition. The very big problem is we have some issues. Next week onwards, I'll try to arrange in class conditions only. But see, even today the attendance is worst. Now 24 students, 22 students are there in this class. What are they thinking of? Tell me. Are they capable of doing these questions by their own? No, they are not. They want holidays. They want marks. They want ranks, which is impossible. Even if I post these notes also, these absentees cannot follow those questions. But what is to do? Blindly to teach, that's all. So those who are regular, please remember, these students will be there with you for entire 2 years. These students will be there. In spite, you need to prepare. Not only here, everywhere. Everywhere you will face the same problem. Right. Okay. Chalo. That's all. I'll stop the class here. Tomorrow also I'll take 1.5 hours only because all the students are not participating. Right. Chalo.
Recording